Alright, what's up, my party people? It's your boy Darshaun Smith back again for another episode of the Positivity Hour. I'm your host, the Positivity God, aka Darshaun Smith. That's the government, or otherwise known as on this podcast as Big D, exclusively. But this is episode 46, and let's hop straight into it. Roll the intro, and let's get to it. Woo! Now that the intro has rolled, let's get into today's topic, okay? I was actually prepared, I actually had my little podcast, pulled up, we're on episode 46. We're making good progress, but as you can see by today's title and potentially today's thumbnail, spot the difference, okay? I think that's what I'm going to entitle it, with quotes about the recent, my thoughts on the Kyle R. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Rittenhouse? The whole Kyle Rittenhouse, will say, controversy with him not receiving any charges for anything pertaining to his pretty wild last year, you could say. And I plan to provide some other perspectives of the people who commit crimes and their there's certain circumstances in which got them prosecuted, or in most of these cases not prosecuted at all, and they were killed or something like that, and just compare and contrast like the many differences we see within our country of the United States of America. Now, if you live outside of this country of the United States of America, I can't really speak on that. I've never left this place. It's pretty big, and there's a lot to do here. But I need to take a lint roller to my shirt. It's kind of rough, but hey, if you're listening to this, you don't have to see that, and maybe you can't even see it on the camera. I just noticed it now, so let's just get straight to it. But hopping into how we normally start these episodes and all that. Yes, I know when I'll be posting this, I'm a couple hours late, but hey, it's okay. I'm on Thanksgiving break. I almost said spring break. I'm on Thanksgiving break right now, so best believe there'll be more consistency. And I just read a quote that I swear I need to put on a t-shirt if it doesn't exist already. But it says the quality of your focus is the quality of your life, okay? I'm not going to expand on that much because that's a whole nother video. That'll be the next Positivity Hour episode, I feel like. But yeah, best believe it's time to focus back up, okay? That's what break is for. I ain't got nothing to do today. I took the first, half of today just literally laying in bed, just relaxing, doing nothing, not having anything on my schedule. No work, no school, no due dates, I just needed a little time just to watch some Netflix and just chill. But as you can see, turn the cameras on, turn the cool lights on, got the setup going. And best believe the setup is changing. I'm starting to look into new mics. I'm starting to look into, new audio recording software. I'm starting to look into new laptops to, process, the videos faster, the content faster. I'm starting to look into new camera lenses for the photography side, the videography side, I'm starting to look into just, skill share. I'm just joking. But I don't know. I want to learn how to draw better. So I got my Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, and I'll be drawing consistently. I try to draw once or twice a day, something, and you can there's a little progression, so I say all that to tell you that like this last week, or the last 4 days specifically, since the last video you've seen, have been pretty productive. But best believe I'm gonna do my best to keep the productivity high going forward, because I'm trying to make myself a business man and not be a businessman. You get the difference, okay? Or as Mr. Organic would say, shout out to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jarvis Rivers. Had to shout out your government just in case so they get a full understanding, as he would say. Check him out. He played in the NBA, and man's like one of the TikTok trends, where the dude runs up to you with the car and it's like, yo, what do you do for a living? And like he was in his McLaren at the time, and he was like, I monetize my greatness, I monetize myself and my existence, not through another medium like an athlete, so they're getting a check from ESPN per se, but I produce the content of me. I own everything and I make money from it. And that's what I do. I own this podcast. I own my YouTube channel. Shoot, man, I own my stock portfolio. So best believe, I'm trying to make big moves out here. I don't say none of that to flex or like, be nonchalant, subtle, like whatever you want to say. Like I just want to let you know the focus is there. The focus has been there, but the focus has been, decreased over where it should have been. But best believe, life, it's ebb and flow, if that's how you say it. It's give and take. It's yin and yang, okay? There has to be balance, and sometimes you just have to prioritize other things. But best believe, being that especially I have this week free, I've charged up my other 2 batteries. I'm going to put on... I might take one of these lights with me with the battery pack, and I want to go take some pictures because I've been meaning to post more pictures on my photography account, and I recently started following some new photographers, and I want to get into that. But overall, how have I been over the last four days ish or whatever since the last time you seen me? I'm great. I don't even promote my videos and people watch. I don't even promote my stuff and people listen, so that's pretty cool. And if that's one of you, please share it. That's all right with me. But if not, shoot, report. Like I would be sad. Best believe. But you're gonna do it anyways, so whatever. I can't change you. You're the one who has to change yourself. And speaking about changing oneself, let's get into today's video. Spot the difference, okay? Specifically between like a Carl Rittenhouse and like other white people, other black people, and other people, and just in general in our criminal justice system. Specifically, the picture that I will be showing you right now, in which I will make the thumbnail, you can find on Instagram on the page called Impact, and they just, literally said spot the difference. On the left side, for those who are listening, I'm going to describe it for you now. It says, it has a picture of Carl Rittenhouse, when he was 17, holding his AR-15 style rifle, right after or shortly before he was just about to go shoot 3 people, killing 2 of them. You can see right below his name, it says he got 0 charges. Actually, it says in the picture right there, this was after he fatally shot those 2 people at the protest. He was attending at that moment, not to mention, all the circumstances, the context in which he, got this gun at the age of 17, crossing state lines, doing things. I mean, he killed these people in a state he doesn't even live in, you know what I'm saying? So, whatever, protect people, MAGA, okay? But at the same time, we got the versus, the other side of it. We got Alan Russell in this example of someone, okay? You can see the picture of Alan in his jumpsuit, his prison mugshot, because, man's got sentenced to life. Now, what did this man have to do to get sentenced to life in prison? Okay, spot the difference here. Spot the difference. This man got sentenced to life in prison for the possession of marijuana. You heard that right. Some weed, okay? Some Mary Jane, some devil's lettuce. Carl, I think I'm not even gonna lie. I think I was saying Carl Rittenhouse. I meant to say Kyle. Kyle here. Lord, if I've been saying it wrong this whole time, that's funny. But Kyle here, is over here murdering ops. Okay, not even ops, just random people. He's pretty much terrorist at this point. Just shooting people just for fun. I'm protecting myself in the community. Okay. Just because you protected someone doesn't mean you can neglect the fact that you still killed someone. At least acknowledge that. Okay. I don't even think he did that. Kyle here. No backlash. Nothing happened. Okay. Not even a slap on the wrist for those who are listening and couldn't see the, slap on the wrist. Here, I'll put it in the mic just for you. But yeah, and then we see Alan here, sentenced to life in prison for some marijuana. Okay, go to the next picture, Darshaun. Now, this picture right here has a plethora of individuals. As you can see on the screen, for those who are watching, some of them are white, some of them are black, some of them are other ethnicities, but for the whole grand scheme point of this, it's just white people versus black people. This is definitely a concept I want to write a research paper about, and it's definitely something I've had professors about that I've taken classes with here literally do research about how, like, in America especially, we only focus on the black-white difference, but there are other ethnicities than just being black and white. And not to mention, black and white are very generalizing terms, you know. When someone says white person, they could be saying Italian American, they could be saying, you know, Polish American, they could be saying, you know, English American. But the same thing with black. When they say someone's black, they could be talking about like a, you know, Central African Republic American. You know, they could be talking about this South African American. You know, like there's a lot of, I mean, Caribbean American. Like a lot of these black people be from the islands. Okay, they didn't start there. Okay, but I'm saying, you know, their people were there long enough. There was a little different. Whatever, you get the point. Moving on to the picture though, and its significance here in the spot the difference theme I have going on, that I'm trying to paint the picture for you here. I do not know all of these people's names and such, but I do know a couple, okay? The top person on the left, the white man, I have no clue who he is, okay? The name is slipping my mind right now. To be honest, he looks like one of the people who just walked in a Walmart and started killing a lot of people and then got arrested after the fact, okay? I'm going to try to fact check myself on that, and if I you know, later find out that this is the right person for that, then I'll let you know. But probably not high key. But still, nevertheless, the picture for those who are listening says white man's was heavily armored, yet once, you know, after he had done his business, he was just arrested. The next picture to the right is George Floyd, an unarmed man who was murdered by the police, okay? Then we get back to the heavily armored Kyle Rittenhouse, okay? What was he afterwards? After killing two people, shooting another, walking by the police at 17 years old with the AR-15 style rifle, what happened to him? He was arrested. Yet we see Breonna Taylor to his right, sleeping in her bed, unarmed. What was she? Murdered. Okay. You get the theme. You can see the difference. Long story short, for people who are listening, it's just a whole bunch of white and black and other ethnicity people. The whiter complexion skin folk were all heavily armored, you know, probably just killed someone, yet they were only arrested when the other four black folks on here were simply minding their business, not doing anything to harm anyone else for the most part. And if so, and if that's not the case, they were doing what? Some petty crime, which elevated to the point where they were eventually murdered, you know? And that's the point. Spot the difference here, okay? Last picture here I want to bring up before I just talk about. No, never mind. I got two more. Here's the fourth picture. Okay, spot the difference, y'all. Spot the difference. We got Kyle again, 17-year-old, carries assault rifle, kills/injures 3 people, not guilty. Air quotes, vigilante for those who are listening. But for those who you can see Trayvon Martin is to the right. Okay, he was also a 17-year-old at the time when he was murdered. He was carrying a bag of Skittles, you know, walking in a hoodie, and he was killed by a, air quotes, not guilty, end quote, vigilante. You know what I'm saying? So spot the difference. This is America, baby, okay? It's rough out here, okay? Now, go to the last picture, Darshaun. Okay, we got Khalif Browder. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I am familiar with this individual. And I've heard his story, and it's sad. But I'm gonna just read the thing just to, you know, keep it concise. It says Khalif Browder died by suicide after facing traumas in jail, as he was held without trial for 3 years for allegedly stealing a backpack. He spent 2 years in solitary confinement. Kyle Rittenhouse murdered 2 people, 2 men, you know, raised millions of dollars in support of that effort, and then walked away free. Okay, take a picture right real quick, Darshaun. Spot the difference. Do you understand the theme that is going on here? If you didn't know, Khalif black man. He eventually was found like not guilty of the whole thing, but in this case, he didn't have the money to pay bail or anything like that, so he had to spend the 3 years in jail to await trial because he was a free man. He's not going to sign no plea deal. He's not going to bend to the system, and that's the whole point I'm trying to express here. Is the system is rigged, we'll say. Okay, the system is damaged. The system is broken. The system is set up for one to fail, and for you to go throughout your life and just like not acknowledge that fact is wrong, in my personal opinion. There are many things that we see throughout the day, from microaggressions to overt racism to literally the wrongdoings that which led to the George Floyd killing, that a lot of people just like don't stand up and take a stand against it, and these are the types of things that keeps this system we have in place currently in motion. At the end of the day, we are all just glorified bystanders for the most part. And I think we all could do something about that. We all have a part to play in this system and changing it. What I'm thinking about right now has to do with people who don't vote in political elections. They say, oh, I'm just one person, my vote doesn't matter. Objectively speaking, yes, okay, one person in most cases don't make a difference. But as we see our country become more and more polarized, we see more and more cases of people winning by 2, 3, 20 votes, 300 votes, something like that. That literally means that one person you knew who didn't vote, if you would have brought them to the polls with you, it doesn't matter which way they're swinging, they could have voted for the other candidate. But the whole point is to get them to participate because their vote matters. And in this case, the what I'm trying to paint the picture for, what I'm trying to show you is standing up for what's right matters. That's the one thing I said, especially to all the white people, and it's cool to see the white people on your side as a black person in America when it comes to like these injustices many black and other colored folk face in the our policing system and such, in jail, incarceration systems and such. But at the same time, I had said to those white people, that I interact with, it's like, I appreciate you, but I better hear the same thing behind closed doors. And that's the whole thing I'm saying, is because if you see this happening, what are you doing to change it? If you hear someone say a very subtle microaggression or something that's low-key or racist or something that makes you say, ooh, that's tough, what are you doing to stop that? Are you just kind of staying quiet and pretending like you didn't hear it? Or are you going to be like, whoa, like that's a little out of line, like I don't think that needs to be said? Like, do you have the courage to stand up and like say something like that? And yes, a lot of people are like non-confrontational, we'll say, but I would say that that's just a byproduct of our modern society, and everyone using one of these to some extent, because with this, you're hiding behind a screen. There's no consequence, if you say something out there, then no one's gonna beat you up or shoot you in the face or something if it gets real quick. You know what I'm saying? And yes, what I said was potentially controversial, but in reality, that's the life we live. Okay, that's the life we've lived in the past, and that's still how it is for some people going forward in the future. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So what I'm saying is, in this whole spot the difference thing, as I wrap this up, is when you are moving throughout life, one needs to self-reflect. One needs to take a look at the bigger picture, and one needs to look at the system as a whole, not just so they can change it, but so that they can understand it and eventually better it. And when I say better it, I don't mean just for other people who don't look like you. When you better the system, it affects everyone, okay? Now, if you're one of these people, and I don't think it's a lot of people, and especially I don't think any of these people would be watching this podcast or listening, who would be negatively affected by having a more fair and equal and equitable justice system, policing system, and everything else you can think about. Well, that's unfortunate, and that just means that, hey, you just had the larger end of the stick. And I'm not even saying it has to be 100% equal, because equality doesn't exist, baby. That is a fact. But equitable change is the goal, okay? Giving everyone the same stool to see over the fence doesn't mean anything if all those three people or whatever aren't the same size. If someone's 6 foot, they can already see over the fence. They don't need a leg up, okay? But the 4'5" person and the 5'10" person might need a little boost, okay? So it's like I said, it's one thing to acknowledge the problem, but like how you go about fixing it, all comes down to you and how we as a whole decide to allocate resources. And on that note, just make sure you stay positive, get the bread, like the video, unsubscribe, subscribe, hate, comment, dislike, I don't care what you do. Just stay positive, and when in doubt, speak up, okay? In this case, I don't think there's much we can do. I think even Joe Biden himself said that he respects the decision of that judge to fully acquit and, however else you say, take away all the charges against that now 18-year-old individual and the killings he had done, for it was self-defense or something. To be honest with you, I didn't pay that much attention to the trial, I also just know that I personally don't think man should have got away scot-free, but whatever. I guess there's an argument to the self-defense thing. But to just get to the point, life's crazy, okay? We gotta move different, and we gotta, make sure we get everything on film. We gotta make sure we stand up for one each other, white, black, whatever other color you want to say. I'm not, like I was saying before I got cut off, I just don't want to get canceled. So I'll let you infer the rest, and yeah, that's all I got. Spot the difference. Go throughout your daily life and spot the difference. When you can take that step back, it'll change your perspective. It'll open your eyes to new things. And it'll, most importantly, advance our culture and our world to a better place for you and me. Thank you very much for watching. This has been episode 46 of the Positivity Hour. And I'll catch you later. Peace. Woo!